Blog for the Blood God.
How you going, guys? Dean from Blog for the Blood God here, and I've got Dirk from Menza Wargaming with me today, and we're going to be doing a 1350 point battle report. Alrighty, so here's the 1350 point army that I'm going to be using today. It's a practice game for the Eastern Combine tournament this weekend, so I'll go through the list with you. It's a Chaos Demons Demonic Incursion detachment. So for the core detachment, I have a Herald of Khorne riding a Juggernaut, and then I have 8 units. So there's 3 units of 10 Bloodletters with no upgrades whatsoever. Then there's 4 units of 5 Fleshhounds, and then a 5th unit, which is 10 Fleshhounds. So that's the Murder Horde formation, which is my core formation. Then for my auxiliary formation, I've got the Karanak, Hunter of Khorne, and a Demon Lord formation, which is a Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage. And for demonic rewards, the Bloodthirster has a greater reward, and the Herald has an exalted reward. Herald's going to roll for the Grimoire, and then the Bloodthirster will just get his random result. So that's my 1350 point army, and it comes to 7 credits using the community comp system, which is largely taken up by the number of fast assault units I have in the Fleshhounds, and the Bloodthirster and the Grimoire are where those points were spent. Alrighty, I'm going to hand the camera over to Dirk and he'll run you through his tower.
Alright, I've got my 1350 of Tau, Farsight Enclave. I'm running a CAD with a formation, so I've got in the CAD I've got a Fireblade as my HQ, going with 12 Fire Warriors, boosting the +1 shots when they don't move. Then I've got an elite choice for the Riptide, Feel No Pain, and Early Warning Override. Doesn't do much when there's no deep striking units, with Plasma and Ion. And then heavy support, got a Sky Ray, no upgrades, with Smart Missiles. Then I've got in a troop choice 2 crisis suits with 4 marker lights, 3 missile pods, 2 target locks, and a drone controller. And then I've got the formation. Got the broadsides with missiles, so smart missiles and high yield, and then 2 missile drones and a shield drone. And then the formation is the optimized stealth cadre. So I've got 2 ghost kills. They've both got counterfire defense, so they're hitting on. They've got BS2 in Overwatch, and then one of them's got target lock. The other one's got early warning override for deep striking, and then I've got 2 3-man stealth teams. Only upgrade is there's no commanders in there, just a fusion on each, and that's it.
Alrighty, so here's the table that we're going to be playing on. We've just finished roll-off for deployment, objective placement, and the mission. So we placed down our 6 objective markers. So there's objective number 3 here, number 6,
Number 2 hiding there,
number 2, number 5, number 4, and number 1. And for deployment, we're just going to do Dawn of War. I'll deploy on this side of the table, and then Dirk will deploy over on that side. And for the mission, we're doing the ATC mission format, which is basically, you've seen it in previous battle reports. It's going to be Maelstrom of War, 3 cards. You can only score 2. It's also kill point differential, and also Eternal War with 1, 2, 3, and 4 counting as scoreable objectives for that. So that's the mission. So we're going to jump into deployment, and we'll be back with you in a second.
Alright, got tower deployment here. So I've got my Fireblade with the Fire Warriors, just sitting in the front. Try to maximise the +1 shots. Riptide next to them. Crisis Suits behind. Giving some Marker Light support with their 36-inch range. Broadsides also got 36-inch range, so they're just going to sit back. Optimised Stealth Cadre just sitting up the front. Sky Rays just there. Went for this corner because we've got 3 objectives that I can score at the end of the game in this sort of corner area. So it made the most sense. Hopefully there'll be enough dead for me to get onto them. But we'll see how we go.
Alrighty, and then I've deployed second. So I've deployed a unit of 5 Fleshhounds here, there, and down in the corner there. The unit of 10 Fleshhounds is at the back here. And then I've got the Bloodletters sort of mixed throughout, because once I do my scout moves with my Fleshhounds, that'll free up that space. I've got the Herald of Khorne is joined into this unit of 5 Fleshhounds here, and the Karanak is joined into this unit of 5 here. And that's just sort of so that I hopefully gets him to shoot at the squads of 5 instead of the squad of 10. Bloodthirster's right in the middle, and basically the tactic is that the Fleshhounds along this side are going to sweep up and corrupt objectives down this side of the table, and then join the fight, and then all of this bulk of my force will just run straight at him and get stabbing. So yeah, that's deployment done. You won the roll off for deployment, so I'm going to roll my Seize the Initiative.
Don't do it.
I'm going to do it on camera too, so that everybody can see.
He's editing it.
Yes! Seize the Initiative. Fuck yeah.
That was a camera trick.
Yeah, it's all video editing. I'm that good. Alright, so I'm going to do my scout moves, then I'm going to take turn 1, and we'll be back. Alrighty, so that's the end of the Chaos Demons turn 1. I basically used my scout moves and movement for the hounds to get everything up as close as possible. Bloodletters just moved up behind and then ran. The Warp Storm did absolutely nothing. I got the Nurgle's Rot or whatever it is, where you can place a large blast. I only hit 1 unit and then it scattered off the table, so that was fantastic. And then I Grimoired. I was going to Grimoire the Bloodthirster, but since he entered swooping mode, I figured he's not going to get dropped this turn anyway. He's probably not even going to get targeted. So instead I Grimoired the unit of 10 Fleshhounds, so they've now got a 3-up. And as for cards, I drew Secure Objective 2, Psychological Warfare, and Hungry for Glory. I've scored Objective number 2, because I hold it here with my Fleshhounds. But I didn't get Hungry for Glory or Psychological Warfare. But with any luck, I should get those next turn. We'll see how we go. And other interesting note is that using the Demonic Corruption, I've now actually corrupted every single objective, so I hold all of them. So it's going to be an uphill struggle for Dirk to try and claim any of those objective markers, but we'll see. I'm sure he's got some tricks up his sleeve. So yeah, I'll shut up and we'll get into Dirk's turn 1, and we'll see what Tau can do.
Alright, Tau turn 1. Mixed results. Killed Karnak and his 5-man. Killed the Grimnar Herald, yep. But then these guys got, there's basically 3 wounds left on those 2. Killed 1 and caused a wound on that unit. Killed 1 and caused a unit, 2 wounds, 2 guys on 1 wound each. Over here, wasted a lot of shots into them. They made their 3-up invuln pretty well. And just basically moved into so everybody gets supporting fire of each other. So fingers crossed I can do a shit ton of Overwatch and hopefully weather the storm. Cards-wise, I got absolutely nothing. Yeah, cards-wise, couldn't get Objective 1, couldn't get Ascendancy. Target priority, I elected this man, so I've killed 1 of the target priority. The wording's a little bit ambiguous. We're playing it as it basically lasts the whole game, but we think it might be meant for just in a single turn, that I elect 3 units that I kill, and for each unit I completely destroy, I get 1 victory point. So I've killed the Herald, which was 1, semi-killed that unit, and started killing that unit.
Alrighty, so there's the end of the Chaos Demons turn 2. I'm going to start with the bit that I enjoyed, which was the objectives. I got Domination, Secure Objective 1, and Psychological Warfare. I actually achieved Domination, so I get 5 victory points there, and I also achieved Psychological Warfare. So that gives me a pretty good objective lead.
7 points
victory
to
point
0.
wise, 7-0, yeah. And now for the part that I didn't enjoy, the charge. So I did a big multi-combat with my Flesh Hounds, but that Tau Overwatch is just fucking bananas. So the Flesh Hounds over there tried to charge in here, hoping to prevent those ghost kills from firing into the big multi-charge. But luckily he killed enough of them that I couldn't make the distance.
With Tau shenanigans.
With Tau shenanigans.
The split fire.
Oh, yeah, that was a question that we sort of had. We had the unit here has split fire, which allows one of them to target a separate unit. So there's a little bit of confusion on how that works with the Overwatch, whether the unit counts as having fired Overwatch for that purpose. But we allowed him to fire the Overwatch into 2 separate units.
Maybe with the GW FAQ it might clear that up.
Yeah, it might be something we'll jump on their Facebook page and add it to their questionnaire they're doing. But yeah, so we allowed that, which allowed him to kill off enough of those Flesh Hounds to deny me the charge. And then I had 2 units over here, the unit of 10, which I think there was only 8 left, and a unit of 5. And yeah, he fired all of his Fire Warriors and the Riptide into the unit of 5, killing them down to a single Hound with a single wound. And then he fired the
Broadside, crisis suits, 2 units of stealth suits, the one ghost kill that was left. Did a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, fired that all into that big unit of Flesh Hounds and killed off a fuckload of them. But then I made the charge. His Riptide killed the single Flesh Hound that was here that had a single wound.
And caused one other wound.
And caused another wound. And then we had...
You killed 3 Fire Warriors and killed 1 stealth suit. So I lost by 2. Only 1 stealth team failed leadership, but initiative roll off, I'm stuck in.
Yep. So I've got a fair bit of him tied up, nowhere near as much as I would have liked, and I didn't do anywhere near as much damage on the charge as I would have liked. But we can't have it all. So yeah, that's more or less the end of my turn 2.
Funnily enough, in your shooting in that phase, I was able to killed that extra unit.
Yeah, true.
Oh, actually, no, there's still that one higher.
Yeah, I think you need to kill that one before you get any victory points, because you need to have killed all 3 units. So he has a card where if he kills 3 units that he allocated at the start of the game, he gets victory points, and one of them is this unit of Flesh Hounds here. So I'm trying as hard as I can to deny him that by running away. Not really going to work, because he's fast enough with his ghost kills, he'll hunt it down, but it should buy me some time. It was really tempting at the start of this turn because I knew I had Domination and I knew I had Secure Objective 1 I can definitely get next turn. It was really tempting for me to just go, you know what, I'm just going to run away into the corner because I know I've got this on just purely on victory points. I know that I'm going to win.
Well, then again, I would have killed a lot of kill points.
Yeah, you could have caught up.
But then again, maybe holding objectives, you probably still would have.
And I could have been a dick and put my bloodletters in the buildings, and just little shenanigans like that. But I thought that doesn't make for a very fun game, so I thought I'll just go in for the kill anyway. I'm kind of regretting it a little bit, but fuck it, it's what it is.
Still got a good dominating position.
Yeah, we'll see. So we're gonna jump into Tau turn. This is your turn too. Yep. Fuck, this is not looking good.
All right, Tau turn 2. Card wise, I discarded one early in the previous turn, so got objective 6, which is over here. Didn't really like my chances of trying to get it, so moved my guys around. Killed one of the hounds over here with the split firing ghost kills. Then they unloaded and killed 5. The other guy killed 5, and the killed maybe 3 of the bloodletters. Yep. Crisis suits fired into them, killed a couple of others. Broadsides wiped out the 10-man squad behind the Bloodthirster. That was the only shooting I had. Elected not to shoot into the Bloodthirster just because my Sky Ray was snap firing. I just didn't think I'd have enough to bring him down. And it's more the other units that are going to tie me up. He's only going to potentially kill one unit. Then drawn combat and close combat. We both caused 4 wounds, thanks to some lucky rolls. So that's the end of my turn. We're going into turn 3.
Alrighty, so that's the end of Chaos turn 3. Very uneventful. I decided that since he didn't take the opportunity to kill that Bloodthirster, I'm going to actually fly away. Simply because I've got such a head start in the Maelstrom cards and such a good control of the objectives. I'm hoping that that's going to be enough to get me across the line, as long as he doesn't table me. So, yeah, movement, I just moved Bloodletters, the Bloodthirster, and these Hounds back so that I get my Hold the Line objective. And then I had Secure Objectives 5 and 1, which I hold both of those. But since you can only score 2 cards per turn, I'm going to save objective number 1. I'll score that next turn. And then as for the combats, this combat here, neither side inflicted a single wound. So that was dull and boring.
You caused 1 wound, but I saved it.
Yeah, I caused 1 and you
and I caused nothing.
And then we had these Flesh Hounds here charged into the Sky Ray. Took another hull point, and he's now firing snapshots again. So hopefully that'll help prevent him from tabling me. But
still only turn 3.
Yeah, he's hoping it's turn 3, and neither of us did any wounds here. So I'm hoping that at the very least that combat will last for long enough.
And 5 Bloodletters tried to charge.
That's right. Those 5 Bloodletters charged and got overwatched.
Tau shenanigans.
Yeah, it was basically a matter of, do I charge and die in Overwatch, or do I wait and die in his shooting phase? Either way,
I did get lucky with 2 marker light hits, which probably killed one of the unit. One might have survived.
Yeah, so it is what it is. Now it's basically just I'm going to try and play the survival game, and hopefully that'll work for me. We'll see.
You haven't killed a unit yet, so I'm well ahead of kill points.
I haven't killed a single unit, and he's nearly tabled me. So, there's that to consider. But yeah.
4 of my units are tied up in close combat.
Yeah, that's working in my favour, so.
And one lucky roll on your behalf, and that whole unit could be wiped out because they're so close to the table.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But yeah, alright, so we're going to jump into Tau turn 3, and we'll be back.
Alright, pretty good turn for Tau. I was just jumped over here, killed these guys with the help of the Ghost Keel and the Sky Ray. Yeah, there were 2 hounds that were there. Tried to snap fire into the Bloodthirster with the other Ghost Keel, didn't do anything. Crisis Suits didn't really do anything. They killed the 2 hounds over there, thank you. Broadside snap fire into the... No, killed off the last of the hounds, sorry. Yep. Then I won combat. He wasn't able to cause any wounds, and I caused quite a few to kill them off. So they've consolidated upwards. So I've got 2 objectives. He's got 2 objectives that are the actual ones at the end game. I was able to finally score my first point on the cards, which actually is 3 points because I killed those 3 units that I elected. So we'll go into turn 4.
Alrighty, so that's the end of my Chaos Demons turn 4? Or is it 5?
4.
4. Yeah, 4. So all I did, nice and simple, ran the Bloodletters back, kept flying away with the Bloodthirster just to sort of force him to split his forces, but not really going to help me much. 4 cards, I drew Kingslayer, secure objectives 3 and 1. I hold 3 and 1 thanks to corruption, so even though I'm not on them. So I've scored them, but the chances of me getting Kingslayer are fucking slim to none. So yeah, nice and simple. That's the end of my turn 4, and we're going to jump into Tau turn 4 and see if he can...
Tau turn 4 caused 2 wounds on the Bloodthirster, thanks to some Skyfire and shit ton range from the Iron Accelerator of the Riptide. Broadsides killed 2 Bloodletters. I used my 4d6 to jump up here These guys just moved through cover. He fell back as one of the guys died from jumping out of terrain. Didn't get any points, but it's all about moving up and taking board now and trying to kill them off.
Alrighty, so that's the end of the Corn Demons turn 5, Chaos Demons. So cards, I drew Secure Objective 2, Assassinate, and Behind Enemy Lines. And then we've got Movement Phase. The Bloodletter's moved forward because I was hoping to get a charge into this Riptide, which would stop him from shooting at my Bloodletters and killing them. But I rolled Snake Eyes for the charge. Warp Storm did nothing. And then the Bloodthirster that was in this corner, he's now swooped up this way. We had a slight rules query, which we can't be bothered looking it up, but we were going to say, with Behind Enemy Lines, does a swooping monstrous creature count? I know that they can't contest or hold an objective marker, but can they count for the purposes of Line Breaker? We weren't sure, so we're going to play it that they can. But yeah.
It's not going to make too much of a
It's
difference
not
in the
going.
game.
Yeah,
So
it's not really going to impact that much. So
while you've got your dice in your hand, do you want to roll for It Will Not Die?
I definitely do, because he had +1 wound and It Will Not Die. So no dice. Alrighty, so that's the end of my turn. So basically, we've got one more turn with the Tau player to try and kill those Bloodletters and that Bloodthirster. So we'll see how we go.
All right. Tau summary of turn 5. Basically, all of these units tried to fire into the Bloodthirster, got him down to 1 wound. We've got a special treat in a second. These guys all fired into the Bloodletters, killed them. So I've basically got every objective. I'm well ahead on kill points because I haven't actually lost a unit.
Rub it in, why don't you?
So we've got just the grounding test to do to see if it's tabling.
Yeah. So basically, if I roll a 1 or a 2, take a strength 9 hit, which could wound me on a 2.
And then you got your 5 up invuln.
5 up invuln. So let's see.
No,
Oh yeah, he passed
survived.
his grounding check. So
But still
I'm
a
not
Tau
tabled,
victory.
But it's practically tabled. I've got a Bloodthirster with a single wound remaining, and you have the entire table to yourself to do whatever you want with. That's all I can do. So yeah.
There's definitely blood everywhere.
Yep.
All right, good game.
One for the blood god.